So we are currently in Prickett State Cemetery and Park, and there's a lot of ghostly presence right now. I feel it. I could feel it in the ground shaking. We're in the cemetery and we see these very old cemetery tombstone structures that have withstood over 200 years.
A test of time. Nowadays have been broken and restored.
Now, keep in mind that those people who have been buried here are largely in part of the 80 families that were being protected from Native American attacks upon Fort Prickett back in 1774. Okay, so this is 2 years before the American Revolution. And so I'm sure that a large number of these tombstones are from families. Oh, Prickett right there.
1835, 1921.
Look at that. Largely families that passed away during that time that were being protected, and amongst that, soldiers also that were trying to protect those families from Native Americans. Ironically enough, you know, we took this land away from the free people, the natives, and we act as though we are the victims of attacks from the Native Americans. But the fact is, these are people trying to protect all the settlers who are trying to live on this land. However, this is still very beautiful, a very spiritual place, and a very, very beautiful landscape, again called Prickett State Park and Cemetery. It's got a fort on it, which Kim will have in a part of her video as well.
Now, if anyone has anything to say,
Please speak now.
please speak now.
Let your presence be known. Let me feel it through the floor. Let me feel it in the wind.
Speak into the microphone. If you're here, is there something that you want to say that you didn't get to say when you were alive?
It spoke to me. Did you hear that? An acorn of some sort was about to conk me in the head.
If you're here right now, can you tell us about where you are now? Are you at peace?
Doesn't it look like something dug that tree off?
Yeah, probably an animal. Was there a lot of bloodshed here?
Are you asking me?
No, asking the ghost.
I think there it is. It's down there.
Yeah. Do you feel guilty for killing another human being? If you were a part of the war? one's interesting. Some kind of badge. I don't know if they were in the military. It's very peaceful out here. It's a good resting place if anyone were to have one. Oh my gosh, I just found a skull. Creepy. Kind of chilling to find something like that in a cemetery, that's for sure. Well, I think that's it for today. Thank you for watching.
Welcome to Attackett Adventures. We pulled off on one of the exits and it says Prickett's Fort, and it's in West Virginia, and we can't go in because they don't open up until like 12 and we have to get home. So what I'm going to do is stick the camera through so you can see what the fort might look like inside. This is pretty awesome. It's a whole fort up and down. There's walls and little station areas. That's the garden, where the garden would have been in the old days. And then water source is way over there, or right there too. So we're gonna walk around this so you can see it. I don't know, it might have been for the Civil War or maybe Revolutionary War. It doesn't say on the outskirts of the building or the fort. But here's the doors to it. The sort of like that's how big the doors were. Or are. I'll put my camera in here and look around. So y'all going to the water? You going to the water? Yeah. Okay, I'll go with you. Yeah, we're gonna go to the water. Take a look at it. And there is a sign down there, so we'll take a look at that too. This monument is erected by the Society of the Sons of the Revolution of West Virginia to mark the site of Prickett's Fort. Built in 1774 on the land of Jacob Prickett, 1916. And there you go. There's the fort up there. So we're still walking down the stairs. Oh man, this is all scruffed up. The Prickett's Fort was built in 1774 during Lord Dunmore's War on the land of Jacob Prickett by provided protection for more than 80 neighboring families from Native American attacks. Though this fort was never attacked, there were many daring adventures here. The original fort was dismantled around 1799. This reconstruction was completed in 1976 for the American Bicentennial celebration. Just south of the fort stands the Job Prickett House, which was built in 1858. At the park entrance is one of the oldest cemeteries, which we'll go to that in Marion County. Frontiers to Mountaineers. And we'll be going to the cemetery later in a little bit because it's just around the corner from here as you're coming in here. Look at all the ducks in the middle. Did you just about fall in?
She almost fell into that murky water.
I was like, look at the fish. Oh. It's about to be game over.
Yeah, pretty much. So Brian made a good point. I didn't think of it until he mentioned it, that these holes here are for the rifles to stick out of the fort.
This way, you aim the camera. They got the little other side of the village where you can see the gun shop.
Oh yeah. Just stick my hand in there. There we go. So now on to the cemetery that's connected to this fort. So here's the graveyard. We're just stepping into it. And I'm sure these old, yeah, these have dates on them. It says 19 something. That's all you can really see of it. There's the 1, there's the 9. But these are all markers of that older markers. This one has a penny on it. And usually a penny, I think, means that you might have known of the person. And that one has a penny on it, but there is no marker on it. Might have been a family member that came up here and found someone's grave. But this is Joel Farmer. This has a penny on it also, but it's all corroded. From 1760 to 1819. And here's some more with no markings on them. This bench is in memory of somebody. In memory of Deborah Bach Satterfield. Here's an older one. All you can read is the S and the H. BLM James J. Morris, 1880, and died June 15th, 1889. Only 9 years old. Berthel Morris, July 5th, 1875, died September 22nd, 1892. He lies. No. I can't read it anyway. I think it's Latin. Resta something. Unum. This one's broken down. They replaced these, it seems. Davis twins, 1918 to 1918. So there was 2 babies. Margaret Davis Holmes, 1863 to 1930. Frank Davis, 1890 to 1975. These are the type of cemeteries I like. These are really awesome. These were the champions of the world back in the day that we're standing amongst at this moment. This has 3 pennies on it. John Champ, Surge, Continental Line, Revolutionary War, 1757 to 1798. Lee's Legion. Thank you for your service, by the way. Just remember, we all end up here when we're done. And that's the fact, and that's the truth. But what stands is the memories. This is Charity Prickett. Died 1833, age of 95 years old. And her husband, Isaiah Prickett, died September 1774. Killed by the Indians while, let's see, something, the mouth of the Prickett's Creek. Prickett, Dorothy S., 1726 to 1785. Captain Jacob Prickett, 1772 to 1797. Revolutionary soldier Jacob Prickett II, 1722 to 1797. Placed by the Colonel Morgan Chapter DAR. And that is his grave. And here's a crypt. Sort of. This is Colonel Zachwill Morgan, born 1735 in Orange County, Virginia. Died January 1st, 1795, Mongolia, Virginia. He's one of the earliest settlers of Old Mongolia County, soldier of the Revolution, founder of Morgantown, West Virginia, 1785. Born in Frederick County, He served with Virginia forces in the French and Indian War, rendered valuable service in the Revolution service as Virginia County Lieutenant and Colonel. He was a courageous leader of the rear guard of the Revolution and of the advance guard of the Republic. This tablet erected to the memory of him and to his wife, who lies buried here beside him by their descendants and relatives in 1927. Let's see what this one is with the American flag on it. All I see is volunteer cavalry on that one. Here's some newer ones. Hugh F. Stiles, Private U.S. Army, World War II, August 11th, 1912 to April 17th, 1975. And there's a lot of people that either knew him, because there's nickels and dimes and pennies. Thank you for your service. And how great that is to put a newer grave in this one. That it you know, to me that's honor. This one has a penny, and you can see, like, it might have been IN. That's all I can read. John Harris, December 23rd, 1829. May 18th, 1911. Vilder, his wife, May 29th, 1841 to July 2nd, 1909. And there's some back here in this little section. Here's some more Pricketts. Since that was the Prickett Fort, Mary Prickett, 1964. Richard W. Prickett, 1833 to 1915. Mary McBee Prickett, 1829 to 1910. These gnats are terrible out here, though. Richard, son of somebody Knight, June 7th, 1908 to July 8th, 1908. Presented by Marshall Hark and Rufus A. West, dedicated by the Colonel Morgan Chapter DAR of Virginia. And two more, C.L. West, and I think he was a Mason because he has the Mason symbol right here. Born in March 17, 1868, or no, 63, and died August 4th, 1898. And we're just on like a little side of the mountain, and that tree fell, it looks like, right there, and down, all the way down there. That's pretty wild. I'll take a picture of this side. So thank you for joining with me today if you're joining. And I want y'all to, y'all know the drill. Go attack the day in your neighborhood and keep on watching Attackett Adventures. Hit that like button and subscribe button, and thank you for watching, and leave a comment and share the video if you liked it. Thank you. So while I'm standing here in the middle of this, you know this is old, and my grandfather used to try to debunk people that were doing like seances and stuff for his magazine that he had called Fate, and it was supernatural stuff. So I want to see if we can get an EVP, since sometimes I get EVPs without knowing about it on my videos, which y'all have seen in some of those. So I'm gonna ask a couple of questions and see if we get anything. So is there anybody here that wants to speak? Speak now into the microphone. All you have to say is yes or no. And when I go back, and I'll hopefully hear it. Yeah, the wind is picking up right now. And it wasn't really windy that much. Anybody want to say anything? Any of the Pricketts that are laying here amongst us want to say anything? Anybody from the Revolutionary War want to say anything? Because I know these headstones are from that era. Albert, how about you? Got anything to say? You died in 1866. This one right here I seen right at the end, so I want to see this one because it has an anchor on it. I can't read your name, but you died February 24th, 1881, age 23. Do you want to say anything? You got a cool gravestone though, and somebody came to see you recently because they have a penny on the top of you. Well, we'll see if we caught anything. So thank you for watching.